races, and I was kind of disappointed in myself, you know, to be honest with you. I may turn around and go down another trail, because this one does kind of get kind of boring. I think I'm going to turn around. And a lot of trees have fell down back here. So, oh shit. Anyway, what I'm getting at, also, I guess what I'm getting at is life's becoming way less fun, and that's a real bummer for me. And I know that sounds, oh, no shit, dumbass, life, you know, if it's not fun, it's not, you know. What I'm trying to say is, I work hard, other people work hard. When you're not at work, or you're not, you know, hustling, trying to make a dollar, or, you know, doing some form of work, I think that life should be, you know, pretty generally enjoyable. And now, with all this, you know, COVID shit going on, it's like, man, people are pissed. And now that, you know, school, we're in Tennessee here, shit, should have went that way. We're in Tennessee here, and they're trying to get school back in, God bless them, and they're just having a hell of a damn time, you know, like, oh, here's another way. They're just having a hell of a time getting school started here. You know, we'll have a couple schools start, then what happens, you know, kids get tested positive for the Rona. You know, what do you expect is going to happen? A bunch of kids are on top of each other. So to me, the issue should be more the severity of the disease, not the spread of the disease. And that's, shit, man, that's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, it's just a bummer here lately, man. You know, my wife and I like to travel. You know, we don't have kids. You know, we're not ballers. We don't make a shitload of money. But because we don't have kids, and because we just live relatively, you know, simple, we have a newer house, but it's very small. You know, we did splurge and, you know, lease a third car before the Rona thing hit, which was obviously a total mistake. But hey, we're stuck in it now, so what the fuck, right, guys? I rarely do big baller type shit, you know. But one thing we do like to do is travel, man. And last year we had a phenomenal year traveling. And I almost wonder if God didn't, you know, allow us to get some more blessings last year, because he knew this year was going to be, you know, a pretty rough one, to say the least. You know, last year we were fortunate enough, in late 2018, I think it was either late 2018 or early 2019, so around that time we went to New York City, which is my favorite place on the whole planet. And, you know, some people can be like, I fucking hate New York, it's fucking crowded. Man, that's the exact reason I like it. I love a concrete jungle. I love being around tons of people from tons of different races and creeds and, you know, cultures. And I love seeing languages on you know, storefronts that I can't understand. And this is all in the United States. Like, I enjoy that. You know, that's why it's hard for me. It's hard for me, you know, or it was at first at least, to consider, you know, voting the way I'm going to vote. And I'm usually not very political. But when my gym got shut down in March, I should say gyms, plural, I had, you know, my hand in 3 different gyms. One of my gyms completely had to shut down. Now, wham, you got 2 more gyms, right? Shut the fuck up, first world problems. But my thing is, if the business was doing shitty and we shut down, you know, that's cool, man. That could arguably be, you know, on me, the way I run the business, whatever, if it wasn't successful. But for what it was pretty damn successful. You know, my mats were always packed. We're in a super small town where, you know, hell, man, 10 years ago, 5, 6, whatever, nobody knew what the fuck jiu-jitsu was. You know, now my mats were packed, you know, with students, especially my kids program was really awesome, man. I had some really great kids. So obviously, more than financially, that hurt me emotionally. So now I have an emotional attachment to this whole shutdown because I've been personally affected. So man, it's just, I don't know, man, 2020 is just, it's been a fucking shit show. And that's the reason I ride this bike so much. I mean, if I get a few hours here and there and I know that, you know, I'm kind of, you know, off the clock in regard to doing specific things, I'm going to jump on the fucking bike, man. And, you know, I'm riding around thinking about this shit, and, you know, someone could say, well, you're not totally relaxing, you're riding around talking about this shit. But for me, it's a release as well, because when I publish this, or post this, you know, you guys may feel the same way I do. I believe, I genuinely believe a lot of you do feel this way. I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now, man. I try to just work and, you know, put myself in this little bubble, and that works a lot of times, you know, but here lately, I've just been having more difficulty shutting it out. I guess because school has started, and now there's like this other big debate on, you know, universities, and, you know, public, private schools, elementary schools, all that stuff. And I don't know, I have my opinion about what to do about that, but that's not really what this is about. It's just about the stress of, you know, I don't even have kids, man. And I'm stressed out about this shit because every time I get on Facebook, you know, it's on there. And, you know, that sucks, man. Like, alright, I gotta make sure I stand up here because I fucked around the other day and I got sit down and about busted my ass. Okay. But, you know, I'm not stuck to the news. So let's get that out of the way. Like, my wife and I don't even have regular TV, and we haven't for several years, simply because, you know, a lot of the programming on regular television sucked ass. I'm a little bit of a snob, so like, to me, a show has to be really good to capture my attention, and the last one on television that really captured my attention was, I guess, sort of like a combination of like, what was it? It was Breaking Bad. Was phenomenally written. If you've never seen Breaking Bad, I highly recommend it. So Breaking Bad was fucking awesome. And then a spin-off of that was Better Call Saul. I think that was the name of it, where it was like the lawyer off of Breaking Bad. And that was a pretty interesting show as well. And I don't know what ended up happening to it, but long story short, you know, whenever that pretty much stopped airing, we were just like, okay, fuck this. And, you know, Weeds on HBO, that was a great show. That was really well written. Even if you didn't like the subject matter, it was just a really well written show. So let's go this way. But there's a lot of good shows, but now, you know, most of them are either on like, you know, HBO, which is, you know, Game of Thrones and all that shit, which I've never watched, but I know it's, you know, really cool. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. Or it's on Netflix or Hulu, which